Hey everybody, welcome back. Mark Murphy here with Ken Muskat. Ken is the Executive Vice President of Sales, Marketing, Passenger Services. What else do you do?
A little bit of PR, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's a long title, and everybody knows Ken because Ken's been in the industry for so many years. Ken, you made the jump to MSC Cruises. A lot of people don't realize how big MSC Cruises is. Tell us the scope of MSC today.
MSC Cruises is huge. You know, the number one thing to remember is that we are part of the second largest cargo shipping company in the world. So we started off in Europe. That's where our base is. That's where our heritage comes from. And MSC Cruises was spawned off from MSC Cargo about 15 years ago. And we quickly grew 800% in capacity in a very short period of time, in about 10 years. We went from basically 1 or 2 ships to what we have now is 12 ships carrying about 1.7 million passengers a year. We're all over Europe, now in the Caribbean. We're a market leader in South America. So we've grown very, very quickly and are one of the largest cruise lines in the world now.
Yeah, and it's an amazing company. And I think you're one of the best kept secrets in travel. And we're gonna try to change that today. Let's talk to Davina. It just left for the Mediterranean. What's that itinerary this summer gonna look like in the Mediterranean?
Yeah, Davina just left. She's been in Miami operating in the Caribbean for the last year or so. And we were actually just on board her in New York on her grand voyage on the way over to Rome. Had some great opportunities with travel agents on board in New York. And now she just recently arrived in Europe. She's doing 7-night Western Mediterranean cruises and great opportunities for North Americans to be able to fly over there. I know we'll talk a little bit about our Fly Cruise Packages, but the itinerary is great because not only is it a customized itinerary for the North American market, but a number of late night stays. For example, we're visiting Spain, France, and Italy. We've got late night destinations in Palma de Mallorca and La Spezia, which obviously, as you know, allows for more shore excursions during the day and at night. We have calls in Naples, allowing time to visit Pompeii, Capri,
Nice.
Sorrento, the Amalfi Coast. So really just great dreamlike destinations for the North American market.
So explain what that means at late night, because I've been on lots of cruises where you get to stay in port for a few hours and then you got to run back to the ship. How late are you staying, and what does that mean to the traveler, and how has that evolved over the years?
It's a great question. Thanks for asking that, Mark, because typically people do think about cruising. You get there in the morning, you leave at 5 or 6 in the afternoon. You've only got a few hours to be able to do what you want to do. Now, in a number of these itineraries and a number of these destinations that we go to, we're staying till 12:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. So you're there all day, doing your shore excursions throughout the day, come back to the ship, have dinner if you want to, or have an amazing dinner on shore, and do different shore excursions at night. So the fact that you could be there from the morning until 12:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning, all day long and into the night, get to enjoy the great restaurants, some of the nightclubs, the entertainment, the shows, the operas, all of that kind of stuff adds a whole different element into it. And really, if you're gonna go over to Europe and have a European experience, you wanna embrace as much as possible, and this gives you the ability to do that.
Now, I think you're dead on, and if you've had a chance to read my book, guys, Travel Unscripted, you will read about a story of me in the Mediterranean and my cameraman trying to escape an island, and we almost got left behind. So take a look at that chapter. But you talk about the fly and cruise packages that are specific for the North American travel market. Tell me more about those.
Yeah, we did this as a new thing that we launched this year. We did some great Fly Cruise Packages from Miami, New York, and Chicago. And this was such a great deal. Starting at $19.99, we were doing cruise packages, and we still are today, where you can, it turns into a 10-night package. So it basically includes the flight, it includes a 2-night hotel stay after the cruise, and a 7-night Mediterranean cruise. 2-night hotel stay in a 4-star hotel, the beautiful Davina on a 7-night Mediterranean, and the flight there and back, all for an incredible value. So, and from some key gateways. And that's something that we're going to continue into next year as well. It's been very popular. It's still available for sale. And like I said, prices starting at $19.99, including taxes. And I should mention another very important thing. When we put these packages together, it's fully commissionable for travel agents. So it's a great opportunity for travel agents to be able to sell up and offer an all-inclusive package to their clients.
So travel agents, number one, you're hearing that, but consumers who are watching this, understand that if you book with a travel agent and get some insider tips and advice, because Ken and his team work with them as their sales force in the marketplace, you don't pay any more or any less depending on how you book. So take advantage of the expertise and understand that these packages, if you are a travel agent, you're getting commission on air. Hello?
Definitely.
Stop telling me you can't make money selling cruises, okay? You can make a lot of money selling cruises. That's one of the reasons why consumers should sail this summer, but give me a couple other insider tips on why MSC, Ken.
MSC is a very unique brand, and what we do is we try to pride ourselves on bringing the Mediterranean experience everywhere we go. Regardless of if we're traveling in the Med or in the Caribbean or South America, we are a global cruise line, and we bring the true authenticity of Mediterranean style to cruising. What does that mean? For example, you could look at the partnerships we have with restaurants like Italy, where we have 2 specialty restaurants on board a number of our ships, serving authentic pastas, fine wines, the best olive oils. We make all of our bread fresh on board. So we bring the things that a lot of people go over to the Mediterranean for, the authenticity, the sophistication, the incredible entertainment. We actually have 6 different production shows on a 7-night cruise, which is very rare in the cruise industry. And some of these shows are some of the best operas you will ever see at sea. So our partnership with Italy, our partnership with Venci Gelato and Chocolate, I mean, this is high-end stuff we're talking about here. Partnerships with Nutella. And then we even have more globally known or North American known brands like Lego that we partnership with now.
Right.
So MSC really brings a very unique sophistication and authenticity to everything that we do.
Yeah, and I think the word is authentic. And so if a consumer in North America wants to get a flavor of the MSC Divina, for instance, and they're looking out maybe at a Caribbean cruise starting in November of this year, they can get on the Divina and get sort of that feel for what awaits them potentially in the Mediterranean the following season, correct?
Definitely. One of the things that we've recently announced is that when Divina finishes her Mediterranean season, which she's in right now, and as you mentioned, comes back to Miami this November, she's going to stay in the Caribbean doing year-round cruises. So we have already opened for sale November 2015 through April 2017 Caribbean cruises. And we're offering alternating Eastern and Western Caribbean cruises from Port Miami. We're here for the long term. The ship is a beautiful, beautiful ship, and we've already had thousands and thousands of consumers and travel agents on board to experience her, and the feedback has been great. So if you want that Mediterranean style without having to travel all the way over to the Med, definitely Divina is for you.
Yeah, and you know what? Get out there and experience cruising, because I think a lot of people don't realize the value, like you just talked about, air inclusive. We look at airfares today, Ken, and we see they're going through the roof. I just priced some airfare over to Europe for the summer. You could almost pay $1,900 just for airfare in economy to get there, and you're putting together a 10-day package for them.
Exactly. It's an incredible, cruising is an incredible value, as you said, but these air sea packages, along with hotel, transfers, everything included, you can't beat it. You just can't find a better price out there.
Well, Ken, thanks so much today for joining us. You heard from Ken Muskat. He's the EVP at MSC Cruises. You may see those cargo containers that say MSC. Understand, they are the largest privately held cruise line in the world. And give me that growth. Was it 800% in the last few years?
We had 800% over the last 10 years. And one thing we didn't talk about, Mark, is the growth that we've got over the next few years. We announced 7 brand new ships coming out. So we're going to be carrying 1.7 million guests today and going to 3.3 million guests tomorrow by 2022. So the growth is now starting all over again and is going to be tremendous.
19 ships by 2022.
2022.
19, folks. MSC Cruises. Get them on your radar. Get on board. Enjoy cruising. It is a great vacation. Ken Muskat, MSC Cruises. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks, Mark.